Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Wednesday, November the 10th, 2021, Wednesday of the 32nd week of the year, but also today the memorial of Pope St. Leo the Great. St. Leo the Great, Pope Leo the Great, lived in the end of the 5th century to the 6th century, 400s. He lived in the 400s, yes. His great claim to fame, again, was always the turning away of Attila the Hun and the rest of the Huns from sacking the city of Rome. So he was a great diplomat. He was a great person who cared for the church in Rome. Again, he was Bishop of Rome. Again, the idea of Pope, not yet something that we understand as we do today, but he was somebody who was able to bring stability to the city of Rome and to the church there when the imperial government had fled to the north because of the advancing Huns and other barbarian wandering peoples coming into the Italian peninsula. And so the courageousness that Leo showed in the face of all kinds of difficulties, all kinds of misfortunes, all kinds of threats, makes him great. And again, a sign of what it means to be a person of Christ, a person of God at work in this world, someone who looks to sources of peace and diplomacy to be able to solve differences, who seeks the welfare and the care of others, especially the poor and the marginalized. Pope Leo is perhaps one of the people credited with dividing the city of Rome into jurisdictions so that the deacons, as deacon was understood then, could be able to minister to those in need in those jurisdictions. So remember him, remember all of those who continue to work courageously for peace and justice in our world. Coming to you this morning from the gathering space inside today, just as a little different location. Again, haven't been here in a while. Behind me over here in this back corner is our altar of the deceased, again, for the month of November, beginning with All Souls Day, to remember the loved ones who had died this previous year. And so this beautiful altar here in the corner. Today's readings continue as they did on Monday. And yesterday was a break because it was John Lateran. But we hear more from the Book of Wisdom, basically where God is the source of all power. God is the source of everything. And so, those who are great had better know where their power comes from, because it doesn't come from themselves. It doesn't come from their achievements. It doesn't come from their merits. It doesn't come from their strength or their courage or whatever it is. It comes from God. Leo is able to do what he is able to do because he knows that who and what he is has come from God. And so he is able to achieve great things. Wisdom cautions all leaders, all those in power, to recognize also the same source of their power, of their authority, that it lies with God. Again, true wisdom, understanding that. And because of that, there is a humility in leadership. There's always a humility in authority. There is always this desire to do as God does, given this great responsibility and mantle of leadership with authority. In Luke's gospel, we hear the encounter with the 10 individuals who have lepers, the 10 lepers. They all get healed, but only one comes back to thank Jesus. And the one who comes back is not a Jew, but a Samaritan. Again, one of those who would have been hated and reviled by good pious Jews because Samaritans had intermingled with non-Jews in the northern part of Israel. And yet it is this one who comes and thanks Jesus. Again, recognizing the fact that sometimes those of us who are, good, true, honest Catholics, or whatever it is, devout Catholics, however we decide to describe ourselves in our obituaries, may have something to learn from those around us who are not Catholic, who are not Christian, and yet show us the appropriate ways to not only honor and acknowledge God, but also to give thanks and gratitude with a graciousness that comes with a humility of heart. And may the Lord give you his peace.